hapon, Ate Maris. Mega love shout out po sa inyo. Maraming salamat po. Lalabas ko lang po galing sa trabaho. Nagpapa-attendance lang, Diyos ko po. Maraming salamat po. Diyos ko. Hindi na ako nakakapag-premiere gaano. Conflict ng ng schedule ko. Ang aga kasi ng trabaho ko, alas 5 magsisimula, alas 4 pala kailangan nakalabas na ako ng bahay. Alas 3 pa lang gising na ako. Magpe-prepare ng ko, baon ko, pangtanghalian. Lalabas ako ng alas 3:30, ngayon alas 4 na. Oras kasi ang trabaho ko napakaaga. Grabe. Kaya ayan, medyo hindi ako sinabi ko na nga kay Miss Aranton, sabi ko sa na lang ako tuwing Saturday na lang ako sasali kasi talagang hindi kakayanin. Patay yung katawan ko. Diyos ko, maawa ka sa katawang lupa ako. Maliit na nga eh. Diyos ko, hindi kakayanin talaga kahit gustuhin ko man. Kasi ayoko rin namang mag-premiere na ako pa to mismo ang wala dun sa premiere. Sila nandun lahat, unfair naman. Diyos ko po. Kaya ito, tiis-tiis na lang muna. Every Saturday na lang ako magpe-premiere. Kagabi hindi rin po ako nakatulog kasi nandito yung yung anak-anakan ko, yung stepdaughter ko nandito. Nag-decide na mag-concert. Saka naglalaba ako. Diyos ko, 1:15 na ako nakatulog. Last time kung tiningnan yung relo, 1:15 ng madaling araw, alas 3 bumangon na ako. Diyos ko, ilang oras lang ang tulog ko. Kaya ayan, yung itsura ko ngarag. Ay nako. Di bali, baka sakaling dalawin ako ng antok maaga mamaya. Kailangan ko lang magpa-attendance kay Lolo. Baka naman sabihin hindi na ako active. Naman. Sayang din naman kasi. Ito pang mga construction dito walang katapusan. Kailangan ko munang mag-backroad sa ngayon. Ayokong mag-freeway kasi yung mga dito, mga construction kung saan ang hirap makapag-merge. Kaya ayan, dito na lang muna ako sa backroad. At least dito sa backroad wala akong gaanong kakumpetensya sa kalsada. Tapos ngayong linggong to, 5 araw ang pasok namin. Usually Monday to Thursday lang dapat, 10 hours. Ngayon may overtime para maka-catch up dun sa namin, sa audit. Kasi yung stock namin sa warehouse, hindi na bumaba na ng gusto dahil nga sa COVID. Alang parts eh. Hindi makakuha ng matinong parts. Mga materialis. Ganun talaga pag factory. Ay, naku po. Yan na. Maraming salamat po, ate. Hindi rin naman ito magtatagal, Ate Maris. Short lang to, short live lang. Para makapagpahinga rin ng maaga. Baka 5 or 6, baka 5 o'clock tatapusin ko na din. Sana nga makaabot ng 5 o'clock. Maliligo pa ako, Diyos ko. Yung insulation sa trabaho, ang kate. Tagal. Sana nga makaabot ng alas 5, ano. Kahit isang oras lang naman. Huwag nang masyadong mahaba. Ay nako. Para naman kasi mamaya mag-aano rin sila Kuya Random yata. Magla-live din yung mga yun sila Ate Jen GM. Hindi na ako nakakapunta sa mga live nila, Diyos ko. Nakakahiya naman. Hirap din kasing pilitin. Sisi Coverly, mega love shout out. Maraming salamat. Ala, okay lang kasi nandito ako sa background, walang gaanong sarili ko'y daan. Okay lang. Ayan, sarili ko yung kalsada, wala akong kompetensya. Pag-aari ko'y daan ngayon. Nakakaloka yung tawag dito, yung construction dun sa sa freeway, kaya nag-backroad ako ngayon. Mega love shout out RT Mindiola, maraming salamat. Sana makaabot ng 1 oras to. Sana. Papa-attendance lang ako kay Lolo, Diyos ko po. Maraming salamat sa suporta ninyo. Diyos ko. Kalalabas ko lang ng trabaho. Nagtatagal lang ako kasi hindi ako makapag-clock out. Ayaw akong yung clock machine namin, ayaw tanggapin yung badge ko. Nabubwisit ako. Kasi rehire. Naka-update naman na daw. Ewan ko kung anong nangyari. Ayaw man tanggapin yung yung badge. Yung ID ko. Ayaw akong pauwiin. Takot na yata hindi ako bumalik. Mega love shout out Kuya Pinoy Spain Pinoy Spain channel. Maraming salamat po. Pasensya na hindi ako makapagbigay ng jacket sa ngayon. Ate Jing Vlogs, mega love shout out po. Maraming salamat. Pagpasensyahan nyo na po, hindi ako makakapagbigay ng jacket sa ngayon. Nagmamaneho ako pa uwi. Pagdating ko ng bahay, i-read ko lahat yan. Back-read ako. Ano ba yan? Nabubulol tuloy ako. Phil Lee Blanc, mega love shout out to you, my friend. How are you today? I just got out from work. I'm on my way home. I'm supposed to take the shortcut, but I just took the back road instead because of the construction in the freeway. They're driving me insane. I suppose that I could get home pretty quick from the freeway, but that's not the case by now. With all the constructions going on, it's better to be off the road and just go by the back roads. You own the road. Like I do. Magdikitan lang po kayo dyan. Malapit na po ako. Ayan, palapit pa. Papasok na ako dito sa neighborhood namin. Malapit lang naman. Mga 15 minutes lang naman yung distansya ng trabaho. Huwag lang maglakad baka abutin ako ng kinabukasan. Pag naglalakad, abutin ng kinabukasan kasi 7 miles. Yan. Ay, nakarating din. Bukas ko na to ipapa-change oil itong coaching to. Sarado na yung Walmart yata ngayon sa ano, change oil. Hindi man ako marunong. Sana marunong ako ano. Hindi pa ako marunong mag-mekaniko eh. Thank you, Phil. Not really. I just learned. My husband teach me actually. He's so patient, but back then when he was teaching me, it was he was still smoking, and that cigarette, that one cigarette, in one puff, it was all gone. He was so nervous. I just stopped right on the top of the hill because I've seen a whole lot of deer in the field, and I was just amazed by nature. And they were just. He said, "You cannot stop on the top of the hill because both sides cannot see if there's an incoming traffic." Oops, my fault, my bad. But yeah, that's how I learned, and now I have to learn most of the back roads. It's better that way to escape traffic from from the freeway. It's getting crazy when it's peak hours. It gets crazy, and I get anxious whenever it's getting bumper to bumper. That's why I can't live in a big city like New York or maybe some of them. Yes, CC Coverly. Yes, the driving is crazy, but I prefer on the back road. Although it's a dirt road, I would rather take that. It's like most of them are. You don't see much of the housing. Some of them, if you were too scared to go through that type of path, probably you won't like it. But for me, I would rather take that. But before I take that, I have to make sure I have enough gas, because just in case, I'm not stopping nobody. Whoever's in my way, I'm gonna run you over, because I'm not gonna pick up some hitchhikers. There's too many. There's too many. Oops, sorry. I turned off the engine. Um, there's too many instances in here that they were saying don't ever pick up a hitchhiker, because there's a lot of people that got raped, a lot of ladies that were being killed because of trying to pick. Yes, Phil. That's what my husband keeps telling me. Don't ever, even if you think that it's just a lady, or you maybe think it was just a kid by your instinct, but never pick up. Never pick up. Don't let them. It's better to be safe than sorry, especially if you're driving by yourself. So, lesson learned. I have to listen. I'm not from here, so it's better to be safe. I can't really okay, now I see now. Ate Jing vlogs. Oops, add moderator. Alright. Kuya Pinoy. Pinoy Spain channel. Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. Oops. Yeah, my job is not that far. It's just the if I drive, it doesn't take long. It's only like about 15 to 20 minutes probably. If I don't follow the speed limit, I'll get it by 8 minutes. But I got pulled over one time, and it scares the shit out of me. So I had to follow now. But there are times that it gets me anxious whenever I can see a little bit of leeway. Then Sometimes if the speed limit will only be 65 usually around here for the freeway, sometimes I take it 85. Sometimes, not all the time. Especially if I'm getting late, I can see the time clock is tick tocking, so I have to fly. Sometimes I'm a bad driver. So far out of my 10 years of driving, I never had a ticket so far. But I got a lot of warnings. There were instances that I got pulled over in front of my house, and the police were just looking at me like he was hesitant. Are you at home now? I said, yeah, this is my house. Welcome to my house. You want to have some coffee, or you want something to drink? Just to offer something. But they followed me. But that was because they followed me because I was from the school on the stop sign. They followed me because my car doesn't have the tag that time. I just got my car during that time, and I wasn't able to get the tag right away. So he followed me. He has that light, and it scares me. So I actually stopped right in front of my house. I didn't go to the driveway. It's just right in front side of the road. And so yeah, they were asking. They told me, okay, you better get your tag before I can pull you over again and give you a ticket. I said, okay. Aye, aye, Captain. I will be there tomorrow. So I didn't went to work the following day. Instead, I have to get the tag. I'm a little bit stubborn sometimes. And then I had one time I was driving a Hyundai Accent. It pretty much is a small car, but I was short that they can't really see me from behind. If they were following me, they cannot see the driver. Um, they probably think there's no driver, so I just keep on going. They were having the light, so I pull over on the side, and they ask for my ID, and so I show it to him, and he keeps looking back and forth, my ID and my face. And then finally went to his patrol car and called the other. Oh, mega mega love, shout out Roblox player. Kumusta si Jobs? Yeah, I'm just trying to I'm doing fine. I just got off from work, and a little bit tired. My eyes, obviously, my eyes. I only got 2 hours of sleep last night. I went to bed 1:15 in the morning, got up at 3 because I have to be there at work before 5. So 4 o'clock, I was already, my butt is already on fire. Well, I've always been this way, Phil. There's no, there's always a lot of reasons to be happy. I mean, just look on the brighter side. The problems is always there, but it doesn't mean that they're there because it's giving you a hard time, although it seems like it, but it's there to challenge us, to give us more, makes us more stronger, you know. Challenges is a good way to see where you stand in life. I'm always this type. I mean, just a happy type. But at times, it gets me a lot of times. Like the past few months, I have been suffering for uh what is that? Depression. I think it was just a mild because I can sense myself that I just don't like to get up. I don't want to eat. I don't have no. I'm just not there. Thank you. Um. I think so. If I remember, I have to learn how to spell that that word. I'm trying to make this live. Probably I'll make it up to an hour at least. Mega mega love shout out. Kapatid Ismael. Kumusta? Asan si Tita Guy? Naka-live din ba siya? Pasensya na hindi ako nakakapunta sa mga live nyo ha. Diyos ko, busy-busy ang lola nyo. May pasok kasi ako Monday to Thursday supposedly, but there are times na papasok kami ng Friday for overtime. Ala, bakit wala ka pang jacket, Sisi? Kaya pala, okay lang. Ano kasi, ang pasok ko kasi 5 o'clock in the morning magsisimula. So, dapat before 5 nandun na ako. So, Pinas time, 5 o'clock. Here, it's 6 o'clock in the evening. Yeah. Philippine time, 5 o'clock in here is 6 o'clock in the... 5 o'clock in the morning here is 6 o'clock in the evening in the Philippines. And so, pagpasensyahan nyo na I'm speaking in English right now. It's because we have some company down here. Well, not company, but we have some visitors in our chat box that don't speak our language. But I have a lot of faith in Filipino. You can all understand in English. If I don't pronounce it correctly, please correct me. I don't mind at all. Sometimes I get my tongue, it just get twisted at times. So nosebleed. Sorry. Thank you, Cosmos Kiri. A Southern Filipino. Yeah. Actually, I am from Cebu. I speak Visaya. I speak Tagalog pretty well. I wish I would learn the French too. At work, it's very interesting because I have a friend. Well, not a close friend, but she's my coworker, and she's a deaf. She cannot hear. She cannot hear at all. Although she has a hearing aid, she's wearing a hearing aid, but her hearing aid can only hear 2%. So most of the time she's teaching me the same time on how to do the sign language. So it's very interesting because whenever I talk to her, I have to spell it out. Oh my goodness, Phil. You have to teach me on that. I would love to learn different languages. I think it is awesome to learn different languages. Communication for me is very important. That is very important. I am so interested in different types of languages. Although sometimes I'm struggling even in my own language in the Philippines, because every island has different language. They call it dialect, but if you have one word and in every island it has a different meaning, well then I call it a language. That is not a dialect at all. Just like over here, in the southern part they call it soda for Coke or Sprite. They call it soda. You know, in the Philippines, soda is a crackers. The first time I hear that, I kept looking and look and look and look. I couldn't find it at all. And so finally I asked, where is the soda? And they already gave it to me. It's in a cup. And I was like, oh my God, your cup in here. Is this a glass? Is this a cup? Whatever you call it. They said, yeah, it's a large cup. Oh my God, your large cup in here is a family size in my country. Yeah, the sneakers. Oh my God, in my country is tennis shoes. In the Philippines. And over here, when you call it a soda, for the southern. In the northern part, they call it a pop. Well, over here in the southern, when you call it a pop, like it pop, like pop the lid. Now, like, really? Why do you have to call it different things? But then again, I realize, in my country, in the Philippines too, we have different ways of calling it. Espadrele. Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, way different. Although we have a lot in common in every island, like the Spanish way of calling. Oh, espadrele for tennis. Oh, that's nice to know. Oh wait, I'm gonna have to make notes for that. That's how I do. That's how I learn some languages, because I take a note. Tennis. See? I take notes. That's the reason why I have learned a little bit on Roblox language. A little bit. I have learned that. Other than I have lived in Cabanatuan City, which is the northern part from my country. I have lived there for 5 years, and I did it on purpose. I ran away actually from my country. Sana all. Mega mega love, shout out kapatid. Dorot TV. Pasensya ka na kapatid, di ako masyadong nakakapunta. Ngayon nga, kaya lalabas ko lang galing sa work. Pagpasensyahan muna, Diyos ko, pag naabutan ko lang, pag na-timing, kasi sa trabaho, bawal ang cellphone. Kasi gumagawa kami ng mga ranges, mga cooktop. I am working for Whirlpool. Whirlpool is making, I am specific on the ranges, the cooktop range, oven. And so we are making like a Wi-Fi. So I cannot use any phone. We were not allowed to use any phone because the control itself is so sensitive in any electrical device, or even our body produces natural electricity, ecstatic. We have to wear electrostatic device on our shoes. Sometimes it's already been built in our shoes. We have to buy a specific shoes for that. Other than that, we have our gloves that's specific for touching those, so it won't damage the control. If you compare that to the computer, the control is the main brain of the entire oven. So that's where you can talk to your phone. Hey Siri, turn on my oven, or preheat my oven into 350 degrees. So that's how it works. So we were not allowed to use any phone inside, supposedly. But there are some of them that were so stubborn. But me, as I was part of the team lead, I have to set as an example. So up to now, I'm still having that type of mentality, my own way of work. I have to discipline myself and show it to others, because for me, I don't have the right to tell anybody if I myself are not doing it anyway. So I have to set as an example. Not really feel radioactive. Work car agad. Yes, kapatid, Duro TV. Kotse dito is a necessity. It's not a luxury. In some other parts of like Canada, I'm not too sure in Europe, part of Europe, but because I have never been there. But as far as I have known, I think Russia. Um, I'm not sure. I think Italy and Spain. I think they also have to have their own car for work, back and forth, because um, they don't have much of the public transportation. They are usually meant for what do you call that, disabled, like for people that have are not able to drive. Um, they're impaired, as we call it. Not impaired by means of just on the top part of your body, like your hearing or your senses. Most especially those people that are still able to go to the store, but they're still able to walk, but they cannot drive. Like partially, maybe partially paralyzed on the half of their body, so they're not able to do both hands. They cannot use both of their arms, or I should say limbs. But yeah, supposedly those are four. One day, kapatid. One day. Maybe. Pagpasensyahan nyo na kung nag-i-English ako kasi may kasama tayong hindi nagsasalita ng salita natin. Pagpasensyahan nyo na, alam ko naman naiintindihan nyo. Nakakaintindi naman kayo. Mega mega love shout out, Cici. I wish in USA. Thank you very much. Pa-attendance lang ako kay Lolo Cici. Oh my goodness, my teeth. Thank you. Hindi pa ako nagpupunta ng dentist niyan sa lagay na yan. You like my smile? It's a killer smile. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Cosmo Scary. Thank you very much. I don't know. It's only baking soda. Oh my goodness. Well, at least it is for free, Phil. I mean, everybody has been dealing with the different types of issues every day. Well, at least that's the only thing I could share. Lift up some of the burdens, whatever you may go through today. But if someone have an attitude to you, it pulls down the entire energy of you. It seems like it's draining your energy. But if someone's just smiling at you, I mean, it feels good. That's just me. I mean, why put a lot of pressure to some people that you don't even know? I mean, at least a simple smile can help a lot to lift up some of those burdens that they may feel. Oh my goodness. The reason why is because we have some company here in the chat room that non-Filipino speaking, so I don't want anybody to be out of place. I want to include everybody. Everybody is welcome as long as they're able to communicate properly. Cici, I wish you say, oh my God. Thank you. Maraming salamat. I am still fluent enough to speak in Tagalog. I am still fluent enough to speak in Bisaya, in Cebuano. A little bit in Ilocano. Why not sharing the good vibes rather than dealing with all the pressures. Like I always say to my team, wherever I go, it doesn't matter if it is at work or outside. If you have any burden or if you were dealing with some problems, especially with family problem, leave it outside. I'm sure no one will pick that up. When you get back outside, pick them up and take them back home. But for me, as soon as I get inside of the entrance door, I mean, it's a whole new me. Just like in here, whenever I'm doing my live, why would I share my problem to you when you all have your own personal problems already? I mean, you're trying to find some friends to lift up, whatever you're feeling. So it's a good way of finding a new friend, someone that you can talk to. I hope so. I'm not really. I don't think so. It's just my way of perspective and looking on the brighter side rather than dwelling into the negative side. I mean, you wouldn't gain anything for dwelling the negative side. It will pull you down. So why not look on the brighter side? That's just me. Yes, sir. I am in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oh my God, Leah Salonga. When I was 10 years old, they always tells me, you look like Jilly DeVillian or you look like Janice DeVillian. Heck no! I am way far from those people. They are way prettier than I am. They wear makeup, they wear pretty dresses. My face is raw. I don't wear anything. As long as I have my soap, the bar soap, not the detergent soap or the dishwashing soap, just the bar soap for my face and the water, I'm good. No need for any a lot of things, not unless I have to go for a formal party. Sometimes I put some baby powder on my face so I won't get too when I'm too scared that when the sun just hits the ray on my face, it might blind somebody. Thank you, Sisi. Diyos ko, hindi naman masyado. Not actually the graduation prom. Actually prom, I have cried from the very beginning because I have to go to twice. When I was in 15, and because I finished high school, mostly for people here on the chat box, especially people from the Philippines. Not otherwise if they are just the new generation now. For I think since 2016, they actually have the 12th grade now. But when I was on my time, I finished my high school at 16 years old. So I have to go to twice for my prom, and I have been crying because I don't dance. Mega love shout out Sisi Vanessa. Nabubulol pa rin ako sa pangalan mo, pasensya ka na. Ate Jocelyn Lakang, mega love shout out po. Maraming salamat. But yeah, I have been crying for my prom, the junior prom and the senior prom because I hate dancing. I don't care what kind of dancing. I don't like to dance. That's why I keep saying both my legs are both left. I don't have the right leg. I can't dance. And sure enough, whenever we have that formal, what is that dance? The waltz dance, I think, if I remember correctly. I always step on my partner's foot. I cannot dance at all. The same thing with, I love to sing, but the song doesn't like me at all. It sounds like a frog in a pond. I feel sorry for them, the the insects on the ceiling because they hear me singing. It seems like I was being butchered, just screaming. Wedding dance? No, we didn't have no wedding dance. It's a simple wedding. We just take our vows and then we have the reception. Everybody just eat and talk. I do not dance. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's just, I love to have fun in the sense that I just like being around. I'm just scared with a lot of crowded people. But I like to talk. Mega mega love shout out Mitch Osborne. Maraming salamat, madam. Kalalabas ko lang galing sa trabaho. It's okay. I have to speak in English because we have some company from Canada that don't speak Filipino. So I wanted to welcome everyone and make everybody to feel at home, I don't want anybody to feel out of the feelings that you're not belong into the group. No, I want to welcome everybody. So everyone is welcome. Anyway, I do know that most Filipinos can understand English anyway, even though we're not good in speaking in English, but we are good. We can understand, right? That's okay, Phil. Don't feel bad about it. It's a two-way, what do you call that? Receptive? Like, you're sometimes you were learning some from my language, like salamat means thank you. It's a single word. SALAMAT. Salamat. That means thank you. 2 words for English. Wag naman ganun, uy. But if you see any of the words that you want to understand, yeah, exactly, without the letter E, not the ego, just the T. That word is thank you in Filipino. That is in general everywhere in the Philippines. We say that the same way. That's a very common word. I'm hoping I can actually do some live, hopefully every day after work. Maybe I can do it because I won't be able to do some premiere every other day now. I cannot participate for the premiere. I just don't have time, and I felt bad for some of the people that I tried to join for the premiere. I felt bad if I will be having the premiere app. I will upload the video, but during the premiere I won't be there, and most of the group are already in there. That's supposed to be my premiere, not just them. They're part of the group that participate in that group, but supposedly if that is my premiere, then I have to be there. That's my own understanding. So I have to readjust my schedule in terms of premiere right now. And I think I'm gonna have to, I would still probably throw some of the like the hair bows and the garden, the fairy garden. But for the most of the time, I guess I'm just gonna do the fruit carving. Thank you, Cosmo Scary. Thank you very much. It seems like everybody is looking forward to it. I'm not really that good. It's a self-thought. I have learned that actually at first when I used to work from the Indian people, not the Native American Indian, but the actual Indian people. They like to cook a lot. As you all know, they like the spices. They're like the what was that? The Persian Gulf people. They like the spices, and so one of their mother likes to watch the culinary. During the session, he will be cooking, preparing how to slice the vegetable, and then in the end, towards the end, while he was cooking, he's gonna prepare the plate for decoration. So it shows how he carved the cucumber or tomatoes, and so I was inspired by that, and I started looking at YouTube actually, and so I have searched for the beginners on how to do it. So until I apply, and I started on the set of kitchen knife. That's how I've started, and then I finally researched more of the tools, fruit carving tools. So I finally learned on that, and then I purchased from, I guess it's pretty common around here in United States, and I guess Canada is the Amazon. So it's the pretty closest online that you can order, because you can't really find any of their tools, because the fruit carving is actually originated from Thailand. Thailand is really good on that. They're very good. I was inspired by them, and I keep practicing. So it's just a develop and a self teach. I never go to. I know a lot of people has been wondering if I went to school for that. Nope. I cannot eat. Sometimes I just give it away. A lot of times it just a waste because I just throw them away. The what? Sana all means something like I hope to have what you have. I know how. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. It's just a matter of trying to research more on, most especially on your interest. For me, if I am interested, I don't think I really need to go. Although going to school could have helped a lot, because the professor I think will get to you, explain it better, a lot better, I think. But maybe there's a lot more elaboration in terms of explaining on how to do it the better way. But for your own, you have to make it on your own, for your own. You cannot just, there is no such thing of learning just by the book. The book is only for the supposedly SOP. But for you to learn and explore more, you have to do it and feel it. Because there are times that when you're like, for me, for instance, when I'm carving and I am not in the mood of carving, no matter how I want to recreate the something, it just don't turn out right. It's a part of your passion. If you're passionate about music or arts or the role play, it doesn't matter what kind do you like. It comes in natural. It seems like the flow of energy will goes into it, and it just reflect on how you feel. Because the way I see it, arts is the reflection of your feelings. Is the expressions of the feelings of the artist. Although I don't consider myself as an artist, because I just learned it from YouTube too. I don't I don't have no book. I just look on the internet one time, and I look at on some videos on how they do it on the beginners, and from there I just tried to explore more on myself. It's more of like, if you're giving me a picture right now, to follow that picture, it will not the same way, because it's always in my, if you like to do something, even in composing some music, you always think, what if I'm gonna do this? What if I'll try to do it this way? What will be the outcome? It's all a lot of questions in your head that you wanted to see the result. So it's the same way. I am more. That's why I put in my channel. It's a fruit art carving and adventures. It's because it's related to adventure and nature. I like flowers, and for the most part, if you notice, my hair bows, my fairy gardens, although they are succulents, but they form like flowers. Um, on my fruit carving, mostly they are flowers. It's pretty obvious. Thanks to my stepmom, she's the one that's influencing me that. Although she's in heaven now. Um, Other than that, it's just, I think it's more of exploration and adventure to myself on how I'm supposed to do it. It's more interesting. But if someone keeps telling me, I want this way, and I want you to do this way, that ain't gonna happen. I'm a stubborn. Ain't gonna happen. Yep, that's true, Phil. But that's how you express your feelings through music. You know, it left the burdens inside you. Um, it also shows to the people who were listening. It will make them. You can make a connection through that. Mega mega love shout out DJs Josh K officials. Sanski kapatid. But like I said, no matter what type of art you're going into, whether it is an acting, or whether it is on the music, or like a origami, um, any type of arts, it's always the reflection of the feelings of the artist or the person who made it. Um, if you don't feel like doing it, no matter how you try it, you push yourself, it's not gonna happen. It won't turn out the same. You're not understand English? Oh my goodness. You know better than that, Sansky. But yeah, I just, it's more of mega mega love shout out, darling. Ikitling. Thank you very much. We have a visitor, well, not visitor, but we have a company around here that are not Filipino speaking, so I'm trying to welcome everybody. I don't want to make them feel like they don't belong in here. Anyone is welcome around here, as long as just be decent. Don't be rude. Nawawala. Hindi naman, darling. Grabe ka. Nawawala ba? Grabe ka naman. Pinagpawisan ako sa'yo. Oh my goodness. Caliente. Ala, ay bakit ba? For what, Phil? I don't know what I said, but it's just I'm just sharing how I see in different perspective. Galing darling, kuhang-kuha mo ang tulog. Yes, ikaw nga ang my professor, Ikitling. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know she's on live right now. No wonder why she was using that Mitch. Well, yeah. I mean, because I know Most of the Filipinos, they may not speak English pretty good, but they do understand. They're pretty sharp. I am proud of that. Because when I was in the Philippines, a 5-year-old kid, I was in Banawi. It's on the other side of the mountain from Baguio City. I was there, a 5-year-old kid, 3-year-old kid, they speak English pretty good. But they don't speak my language. The Cebuano, you know. Well, Philippines is so diverse that we have a lot of languages, like I said. So in every island, there's a certain specific word that you will find out that they were coming from there. It's because of that specific word. You know, they're not just word. It's a whole lot. You know, they have their own expressions. You know, it's same thing in my own island. Which of course, Philippines has 7,000 islands, so good luck. Well, some of us, that's what we called from the southern part. Yes, we call it a dialect. But if, like I said, if you are saying the same word in one word, and it takes a whole new different meaning into another island, then I call it a language. It's not. It's the same thing as when they said espejo. Espejo is a Spanish word for mirror, but in my back then when I was young, my grandmother used to say that espejo, but now we call it samin in my island. In the capital city, they call it salamin. They just added letter L. So somewhat the same, except on the capital city, they are not the same. But it's kind of similar to the Malaysian, especially the Ilocano. They call it like Maisa when they say number one. Maisa kadwa. Sanski. Naloko na. So see, the word loco is in there too, and it is a Spanish word for silly. In English, that's silly, but in Spanish, that is loco. It's, you know, in my dialect, it's totally different. But yeah, it's just not. Yes, we do use that for the most part, yes. But in every island, like I said, we have our own different. Say, for example, if I go to the Banawi, they're not Ilocano at all. They have their own. They're the descendants of Malay, which is the Malaysian, I think it's Malay. Because from the based on the history of the Philippines, the very first people that came into the Philippines is, they call it an Igorot, which is the Negritos, which is it's sort of like from the African people. They have curly hair, short hair, kinky, very dark complexion. The so-called, they said that it was they were walking through during the Ice Age and make it to the Philippines. I don't know if it's true, but that's part on the history what they told us. And then the second group of people that discovered the Philippines was Indonesian, I think, and then the Malaysian, the Malay. So it has been a long time ago since I remember history, but I do love history. That's my favorite subject when I was in school. It's very fascinating. It's very interesting. It's because that's where you learn on how you become a country and how your people become into that. You know, how it molds into become a village into a city until it gets bigger and so on. Ano mo pinaglalaban mo, Osta? Wala naman. But myself, I am part Spanish. My mom, I think she's 1/8 or 1/4 of the Spanish blood from Spain. My grandfather is a half-blooded from my mother's side. Salamat. You're welcome, Phil. Molds? What is molds? Shout out, shout out. Oh my goodness. I went too far. It went a little bit over an hour. 1 hour and 4 minutes now. Kayo din po, mag-ingat din po kayo. Ako din, mag-aano na rin ako. Sana all my car. Sansky! Ang sasakyan dito, necessity, hindi siya luxury. Kasi kung wala kang car, maglalakad ka, 7, 8 miles, 10 miles, sabihin mo ng 15 miles. Abutin ka na siyam-siyam papunta sa trabaho mo. Walang magpapasakay sa'yo dito dahil bawal ang hitchhiker dito. Although meron pa rin naman, pero sa dami kasi nang namamatay dahil sa hitchhiker, walang nagpipick up sa kanila, walang nagpapasakay. Hindi katulad sa Pilipinas. Dito, ayan, yung maano mo, makikita mo, may tawag dito, sandali nga, kuhanin ko. Yung kapitbahay namin, yan, makikita mo sa hindi ko alam kung makikita mo. Yan, yung bahay sa likod. May bintana. Ano yan? Hindi namin kilala. Mga kapitbahay namin dito, di namin kilala. Dito, pag may namatay sa pamilya nila, diretso sa chapel, yung kung saan nila gustong iburol. Pero hindi burol na katulad sa atin na may nagsusugal. Kakaiba yung burol nila dito. Usually, aabot lang, yung visitation, 1 araw lang yan. Galing sa morgue, dalawang araw yata. Depende kung meron pa under investigation pa, so matagal-tagal. Pero, hindi pinagbuburol. Hindi katulad sa Pilipinas. Pinagkakakitaan yung patay. May may pamadyong. Dito wala. Visitation, yung lang, titingin kung sino yung dadalaw bago pa ilibing. Ayan. Malapit na yung burial. Pero mga kapitbahay dito, walang pakialam. Kapitbahay mo, hindi mo kilala. Hindi katulad sa Pilipinas. Nagtutuma sila. Nagtatagay. Ay, Diyos ko. Ayan, magpapaalam na din po ako at ako ng 1 oras. Baka bukas ulit ako pagkalabas ko sa trabaho. Mag-live po ulit ako. Kasi hanggang Friday pa itong trabaho ko, Diyos ko po. Baka mag-i-skip din ako ng baka 1 araw, 2 para makapagawa ako ng pang-premiere ko sa Sabado. Meron na ako dito, kaya lang hindi ko pa ginawa. Hindi rin kasi ako upload ng panibagong videos, kahit short videos man lang sana. Kaya, ayan. Magpapaalam na din po ako. Maraming salamat sa suporta ninyo. Sisi I Wish in USA. Sisi Coverly, Philly Blanc. Ate Maris, maraming salamat. Kuya Pinoy Spain Channel. Sansky, kapatid Sansky, Dorot TV, maraming salamat. Ate Jing Vlog, maraming salamat po. Mitch, Madam, maraming salamat. Sa mga hindi ko maalala, pagpasensyahan nyo na, medyo may ano, memory gap na yata. Ba yan? Pero sobrang salamat sa ano ninyo, sa suporta ninyo, ano, alam ko, ramdam ko naman yung suporta ninyo kahit na hindi ako gaanong nakakadalaw. Kapatid Ismail, maraming salamat. Sisi Vanessa, ayan, maraming salamat sa inyo. Cosmos Scary, ayan, naalala ko. Pasensya na. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng nagpunta ngayon. Hanggang sa muli po. At ayan, yung itsura ko ngarag na ngarag. 2 oras lang tulog ko kagabi, kaya pagpasensyahan nyo na. Ayan, kita-kita po tayo ulit hanggang sa susunod na live po. Bye-bye!